Hello class. In this video we're going to continue to look at bump maps in Enscape through Sketchup, and I'm going to look at brick, particularly this brick here, which is a sort of darker brick. Actually, this is usually, I like to use black or dark gray brick. I think it's very contemporary and modern and it looks nice. But the truth is it's probably going to be a very similar thing if you also used red brick as well, or any other brick that you could possibly do. It's very easy through Enscape. So I already have my material editor up. If you don't have it, it's just clicking this button right here to pull up your Enscape materials. And you're going to find the material, which in this case I actually use Brick Antique, and I actually changed the color through my SketchUp materials previously. And so I'm going to do the same. I'm going to use bump map to do the simple sort of auto made one. I'm just going to come down to the bump map and I'm going to use albedo. And a bump map button appears, or tab appears, and I can use it. Now, the thing we have to remember with bump maps is that darker colors get pushed in and whiter colors get pushed out. Well, in the case of brick, the brick face is darker, the mortar is lighter, and so that means the mortar gets pushed out and the brick gets pushed in. That's backwards to the way that it should be done. Well, Enscape has a quick, easy solution for you, which is this little invert button right here. So if I hit the invert button here, we can see what it's going to do is it's going to take the surface, the darker surface, and make it lighter, and the lighter surface and make it darker, which is in this case is the mortar joints, and there we go, and we put it in. I think again for this assignment we're reviewing the building pretty far out. It's going to definitely be close enough. If I really wanted to get specific about it, and I have other videos on this, I might go and actually make my own bump map in Photoshop. I'd export this image, and I could tell like the mortar joints could be darker. Like if I really wanted to spend a lot of time making it perfect, I'd probably go into Photoshop and paint in straight lines for all the joints just to make sure those joint lines got pushed in pretty far. And I might even sort of simplify, because there's a lot of texture in this brick, so I might even simplify that or pull the differentiation down so those brick surface is a little smoother. It wants to be a little rough, but I have a feeling it's going to be a little too rough based on this image here. I'm not requiring it for this assignment. I have done it. You can go and do it if you want to sort of experiment with it. That's perfectly fine. So that's all you have to do is same method. You just hit the invert button there, inverted button there, and you're good to go. Again, what I am probably going to do is I probably want to make depth changes. So I do, since I know that that joint line is not too pronounced and joints and bricks are fairly actually pronounced for what bump maps do anyway, I'm actually going to make it bigger. Maybe I'll go up to 10 just for demonstration purposes. You might not want to go quite that high. Again, if I look at the rendering here from far away, it just gives a little bit of an enhancement. If I were to zoom in on this area a little bit, we can see it here. Ultimately, you can sort of see it starts to have that little three-dimensionality to it. When we go to do a final rendering, it'll render it even more cleanly than this as well. So that's a great little trick just to add a little bit of life to your building, to add those bump maps. Again, Enscape makes it so quick and simple. So good luck adding bump maps to your drawings. And there we go. I think I'll end this video now.